Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest World Tutorials. I am KoiTGZ, and in this video we are going to go after the new not Mega Monster, but Elite Enemy slash Hokora Ruler, so that is going to be the Wing Devil. So pretty much information about this character can be found in our notices section right over here. So the Wing Devil, in this case, actually came out on February 1st. So pretty much as both Hokora and also Elite Enemy, along with the event quest 3 of the current event. So with this case, right down over here, the Wing Devil, we have information about this here. So this is pretty much going to have two types of Hokora like we have seen before with elite enemies. So it's going to have a regular Hokora that's going to be for level 80 advanced classes, level 35 special classes, and then it's going to have a level 55 special class Hokora, which is going to be the harder one, of course. So here also it says we're going to have pretty much any of the skills are going to be effective. So weapon, physical technique, spell, and breath damage, and then in this case, effective attributes are going to be Dorma, Mera, Jabaria, Kyato, and Io. And in terms of an ineffective attribute, it's going to be none. But in terms of status effects used, you're going to have sleep, illusion, and also paralysis. So that's pretty much going to be everything there. So with this particular Hokora Ruler, they're going to pretty much started on the 1st, and then pretty much continuing on, and then from next week on the 8th, Tomohaga will no longer be a Hokora Ruler. But in this case, with this particular enemy, I actually already have a team set up. So in this case, with the various weaknesses of this enemy, I want to use a team that doesn't use just one attribute, but have 3 weapons of 3 different attributes that do damage to all enemies. That's going to be the most effective for this particular Hokora. So here with my High Priest, again, you're going to have the Angel Rod. So the Angel Rod is going to be there to support my characters with, in this case, definitely Blade Dance for this particular Hokora, and then also going to provide healing as well with Ultra Hustle Dance and possibly charm some enemies. So we'll see what happens there. Then the first weapon that I'm going to have on here is going to be the Golden Claymore. So the Golden Claymore is going to have Golden Crush. So with Golden Crush, that does Jabaria based damage to all enemies. So this is going to actually be pretty good in terms of doing damage to all the enemies here. So that's going to be quite effective. Then here, a weapon that we have not seen in a while, this is going to be a Ninja Sword overall. So this has the ability called Shadow Cutter. So it does 400% Dorma weapon damage to all enemies. So that's going to be pretty effective here. Then also, since I'm going to be on the Wind Soul Path, that's actually going to allow me to get shadow weaves to make the enemies lose their turn. So hopefully I actually do get some of that, and then also hopefully I can actually get a shadow clone in order to actually have a second action. We'll see what happens. And then here I'm going to have on the Galaxy Blade, but here normally I would use High King Slash, but in this case I'm going to actually be using the Heavenly Falcon Slash. So it does 240% weapon damage, or Mera weapon damage to all enemies twice, or actually in this case weapon damage, but because I will have the sudden activation ability, which is going to be called sudden Mera Force. It's going to have Mera based attribute, so it's going to actually do some more damage to the enemies with this here. So definitely this is going to be a good team for this particular Hokora Ruler. So if you want to know more about this team, you can look down in the video description down below. But now I want to go over the Wing Devil Hokora. So pretty much found right over here in our notices section, you're going to see this right here. So with the Wing Devil, in this case, this particular Hokora, I can't use any weapons, not weapons, but items, but that's going to be no problem. But here, the Wing Devil is going to be a demon type enemy. So there are actually going to be 3 of these characters, or 3 of these actual enemies. Pretty much the 2 on the sides are going to be worth 74,000 HP, and then the one in the middle is going to be 104,000 HP. So pretty much that's why you want to take them all down at once. Then here they're going to have 1 to 3 actions per turn. Again, weaknesses: Dorma, Jabardia, Mera, Jabardia, Hyado, and Io. In terms of abilities, you're going to have the strongest one, which is going to be Kagayaku Iki, which is Shining Breath. This does around 260 Hyado breath damage to all characters. Then after that, it's going to have a Kyoketsu no Sune, which is going to be Freezing Claw. This does around 650 Hyado physical damage to one character and lowers the character's agility by 1 rank, while also increasing its own agility by 1 rank. Then it's going to have a Renzoku de Kirisaita, which is a repeating ripper. This does around 320 physical damage to one character twice. It's going to have Ionazune, which does around 160 Io spell damage to all characters. It's going to have a Nira Mitsukeru, which is going to be a gaze. This paralyzes one character. Then it's going to have a Ayashi Hitomi, which is going to be suspicious gaze. This puts one character to sleep. It's also going to have a Mabushi Hikari, which is bright light. This inflicts illusion on one character. Then it's going to have a magic barrier, which increases spell resistance of all allies by 1 rank. And it's also going to have Fubaha, which increases breath resistance to all enemies by 1 rank. So the notes for this: pretty much here, since the enemies will be using debuffs, having on protective shield will make the battle easier to deal with. Then also, because the enemies use magic barrier, using attacks that do physical damage would be best. Then here, also using a ranger or a ninja to do shadow bind or shadow weave, do attacks that deal damage to all enemies and have multiple enemies lose their turn. Then also, since the enemies are demon types, you want to equip gear, souls, and soul pearls that give you resistances or damage boost to demons. So pretty much my strategy for this battle is just to go in and rush the enemies down as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to worry too much about protecting myself against the debuffs. So I actually have done this in previous battles just to try it out, and it actually really does work, just rushing them down. So I want to actually go ahead and do that. So here we go. Okay, so here we go with this battle. So here, first thing I'm going to do is actually just go ahead and attack Shadow Cutter. So you can see there, that's around 8,400 damage. And then 2 of them are Shadow Bound. So that was going to work out well. Here what I'll do, I'll actually just go in Battle Demon Release. So there, around average is 11,000 there. Then here, what I'll do, I'm actually just going to go ahead and use Extreme Karma. So probably going to do some pretty good damage here as well. Okay, ooh, yeah. So definitely around 17,000 average. So the Winged Devil on the right actually attacked and actually missed, since my character's evasion rate is actually quite high. But you can see here with that was Freezing Claw. You can see that its agility has risen. But here what I'll do is I will actually go ahead and I'm going to increase everyone's attack power. So here going to go ahead and attack. So the one on the left is actually under 50% health. So, oh, and there goes a Shadow Weave. And so everyone is under 50% health. And the one on the right is actually now Shadow Woven. So and he just lost his turn right there. So again, going to go ahead and attack here. And then the 2 in the middle are actually down. So most likely my God Hand here is going to use High King Slash. And taken out. So only 2 turns. Okay. So this is a red soul, and here I got a B. Okay, so that was my battle against the winged demon. So pretty much it only took 2 turns of battles, and I only had 1 attack from the enemy. So yeah, everything in that battle went perfectly. So pretty much right from the beginning, my ninja got shadow weaves on 2 of the enemies and did some pretty good damage there as well. Then after that, pretty much just damage from my god hand, damage from my demon swordsman, and then the one attack that the winged demon did do was actually missed since my high priest's evasion rate was actually high. But here then with my high priest using blade dance to increase attack power, pretty much like the winged demons were done. So the second turn came, I got the shadow weave on the one on the winged demon on the right. Pretty much it missed his turn, and then pretty much just take everyone out with the rest of my characters. So things actually went very well, right to the way I planned it. So yeah, so this definitely is the team you want to do, and like this was the level 55 Hokora, so the Hokora that's supposed to be harder, more challenging, I should say. But yeah, so definitely Golden Claymore, Galaxy Blade, and also the Ninja Sword Oboro. These are the weapons you want to use for this battle. So what I want to do now is go over the S grade soul for this particular Hokora Ruler. So going to be right here. So the Winged Devil, this is going to actually be a red soul, like I mentioned. So red soul is going to have their basic or their main stats and your max HP, strength, your agility, and dexterity. So you can see here 119 max HP, 118 strength. Then here for your agility going to be at 91, and your dexterity going to be at 80. Then in terms of the ability boost that it gives you, it's going to give you plus 3% to weapon skill and physical technique skill damage, and then it's going to give you plus 10% damage to aquatic enemies, and then plus 10% damage to insect type enemies. So this isn't so bad actually, especially if you're going to be fighting aquatics and insects. So with that, they're going to go ahead, lock that in. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. Pretty much given how effective this team is using the multiple attributes, this probably is going to be my only video on this enemy, the Winged Devil, but I'm still going to go over the Demon Book Hokora as well, because there's maybe a couple of things that I would still like to do more with that. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.